YouTube.
Hello. Go ahead.
Okay, it's last day of May. Horror MAYhem.
What
Am
the
I right?
hell?
I
We've
don't
been
know.
talking about this all month, and it's Horror Mayhem.
I'm tired. Horror MAYhem has come to an end. How did everybody do? I had a great time.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. We will talk about how 2 of the weeks we just weren't as fun as the first week and the last week.
Yeah. It started out with a bang, ended with a bang, and sort of moved on with a whimper.
Petered out in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to talk about what we enjoyed, what we didn't enjoy, what we loved. You know, there are a couple things that we really loved this month. Number one, actually being the author interviews. This was it wasn't the first time we've done author interviews, but this was a bunch of fun. We started with Nikki Decaster. I'll talk about her book here in just a little bit. She was wonderful. We stayed in touch afterward. Really personable, really nice, but really intelligent. And a very good writer. But we'll talk about her books here in just a little while. Then second, we had Matthew Quinn, who wrote The Thing in the Woods, the Atlanta Incursion. Those are the ones that we read for Horror Mayhem. They were under 250 pages, both of them. They would have worked for Cosmic Horror, they would have worked for Creatures, and they would have worked for Folk Horror. Had a great time with those books as well. I've talked to Matthew some afterward, talked to him some before. He's great. I wanted to go see him at a book signing he had, but we just didn't get to. We did not get a chance to go. But next time, hopefully, we will see Matthew.
Yeah. The third week, it was Tom Reimer, correct?
It was Tom Reimer.
Third week was Tom Reimer. He was the author of Malevolent Nevers, which is, I love that book so much.
Yeah, so good.
So
Malevolent
good.
Nevers was amazing. Haunted house book, but it would actually
more of a creature feature.
It would do everything that it would fit all 4 of our categories for the month. So please go get a copy.
Yeah,
it's great.
It is worth the read. It is so much fun.
Yeah, we'll talk a little more about it in our wrap up here. The 4th week we interviewed Damien Dawes,
live from Spain.
Yeah, live from Spain. Man, what a great interview. And,
yeah, he wrote the books Hunted and Hunger and Origins.
Yep.
And
the Aberath trilogy that you can actually get on Kindle for 99 cents, or if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can get them on Kindle Unlimited. Just be sure if you get them to read them. That is when the authors get paid. Yeah. It is when you read their books.
Yep. It's some crazy extreme horror. Scared the crap out of me. Oh, yeah, that was one of the books. One of the books I read this month that actually really and truly gave me the willies. And I loved it so much. I had so much fun with it.
Yeah, it was good. We greatly enjoyed that. And the last one we did yesterday, and it was J.R. Curtis, who wrote Bloodletting, and we'll talk about that book a little more too.
Yes, that was a great interview.
Bloodletting, Satanico. He actually has a 14-minute short western out there called Satanico, but there's a book as well, and I'd say do both. They're both very much worth it. Yep. And so we're going to talk about what we loved this month, biggest surprises and biggest disappointments.
Okay.
So let's start with what we loved this month.
Okay, so I had a big surprise. We had on our list The Willows by Algernon Blackwood to read, and I can't remember what I read it for week 1 for the supernatural beings or creatures, and I absolutely adored that short story. I actually listened to it on YouTube. I listened to it on YouTube, and the reader on that page is magnificent. Yeah. Absolutely magnificent. And I sat and listened to it. It's like an hour long.
It's 2 hours long.
Oh, is it 2 hours long?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I devoured that thing.
Because I listened as well to the same reader, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I just sit and sort of stared off into space listening to this story because it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And it inspired me to seek out other stories by him. I had one written down for the entire month of May, and I read 3, and they are each just as good as the last one.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Algernon Blackwood was a little bit of a revelation for us. He was new to us. I had read a little Algernon Blackwood when I was younger, but it had been a long time. And now I love his writing.
Now,
so
also,
we're going to keep going with
if
Blackwood.
you're looking for like just a short story to listen to, 30 minutes tops is the story The Kit Bag.
Yeah.
By Algernon Blackwood, and it's fantastic. It's
really
creepy. It's atmospheric. It's so good.
See, I even read some M.R. James this month, but Algernon Blackwood topped M.R. James for me.
I never got to M.R. James. I actually intended to read them, but I totally forgot because
I love M.R. James too.
I was determined to read all the books from the authors that we were interviewing.
Yeah, I love M.R. James too, but I really do prefer Algernon Blackwood. Not to a huge extent. M.R. James is still very good and very talented.
And we'll have to listen or read some of his stories.
Yeah, I mean, there's a guy that does. I can't remember the name of one of them that I read this month, but it was a great one. It's about an hour long, and it's definitely. I'll find it for you.
Okay.
But yeah, my biggest surprise was the state of independent horror. It is amazing. I actually prefer what I read from the independent horror authors to this Bittersweet Empathy book, The Spiral by Nikki Decaster, we freaking loved. I mean, just an amazing book. This book shocked the hell out of me because it's a book I'm still thinking about a month later. And what horror novel has ever done that to me? Bloodletting by J.R. Curtis. Another book that I think of a lot. I call it a movie because it reads like a script. Yeah, it was a screenplay at one time. But Malevolent Nevers, amazing. The Thing in the Woods. I had a great time with The Thing in the Woods. Hunted. You know, we didn't get to as much as we wanted to this month because we had a lot of other things going. But the indie stuff was so much better than a lot of the other stuff that we've read. I mean, Algernon Blackwood is Algernon Blackwood. He's a classic author for a reason. We'll never forget his stuff. But to sit and read something like The Spiral, and for this to just continue to permeate my psyche, it's still there. You know, a month later. And so is Malevolent Nevers, and so is Bloodletting, and so is Hunted, so is The Thing in the Woods. I'm still thinking about these things. These people have a way with writing relatable shit, right?
Do you have your Kindle app on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to bring up the Malevolent Nevers cover. And,
I can do it.
Damien Dawes' Hunted.
Yeah, because we don't have paper copies of those. We don't have paper copies of The Thing in the Woods. Let me look that up real quick because he was the second person that. Yeah, we love The Thing in the Woods. James is a very cool character. It's one of the books that still has me wondering whether I like some of the characters or not. The Thing in the Woods.
Right.
And, in any movie, I mean, in any book that can do that. Well, there's the. It's not bringing it up. Yeah, it's not going to bring up the pictures.
Do you not have Kindle? The Kindle app on your phone?
Yeah, I do. Sorry, we're trying here, but we want to show all of these covers because these are books that we really like. Go ahead. Go ahead while I'm doing this.
Yeah, I was actually concerned when we decided we were going to do all these indie authors, because again, like him, I wasn't aware of the quality of horror stories that are coming out as independent stories, and I read one independent story that I saw on.
Let me turn the brightness down. Go ahead.
That I found on Kindle on Kindle Unlimited that was it's kind of awful. And that's what I was expecting. I was expecting just amateur work, and I got some tilted back towards the ceiling a little bit. Yeah, I got
Very
just
cool.
some amazing content.
And he has changed his cover.
In all of these books, they're fantastic. So yeah, I was really surprised as well.
Yeah.
With the state of independent publishing.
Yep. This is my favorite cover of the month. Even though I think The Thing in the Woods and The Spiral are awesome covers.
It's one of my very favorite covers of all time, honestly.
Yeah. It's Malevolent Nevers, by Tom Reimer, and I mean, look at that, very cool. I hope you can see this okay. I know you can see the ceiling fan there, but other than that, this is really cool. Yeah, that's a great idea.
It reminds me a little bit of the cover of the movie Burnt Offerings, the house on the front. It was a great feel for Gothic Week. Malevolent Nevers was. It takes place in an old Victorian home that's like situated right on the edge of a swamp. And it has the atmosphere for days. That book does. I love it so very much.
I'll show you the. Oh man, I'm not in Kindle anymore. I guess. Well, for some reason it's not. Oh, here we go. Okay. There we go. Hunger, by Damien Dawes. I don't think there is a paperback. There might be a paperback of this, but I don't think there is in the U.S. Not that I've seen. It may very well be a paperback, but you can get this for 99 cents on Kindle, and it's highly recommended. I even like the second one more than the first one, but I loved them both, and I look forward to reading the third one.
It is disturbing.
Yeah, it's disturbing. So if you like a good disturbing horror story, Hunted, Hunger, and Origins.
If you're like me and you have that sort of fear of dark, murky water, and you like a good thrill, this is the book for you.
Yeah, it is.
First 10 pages of that book scared me half to death. I had to put it down for a minute.
So my surprise is the quality of independent horror films to this day. I mean, this day, they're wonderful. I mean, I would rather read Nikki Decaster, J.R. Curtis, Damien Dawes,
Tom Reimer.
Yeah, Matthew Quinn.
Yeah.
I'd rather read any of those than to pick up a Stephen King novel right now.
Right.
Yeah. And it's not because Stephen King is writing crap. I don't know what he's writing. I just know I don't want to pick it up. I would rather pick something like this up because right now it's better quality. It's better quality than what those people are putting out there.
Great quality books.
Yeah. Now, what is something you were disappointed in for the month?
H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
What was the book? The story.
You know what? We're not recording, are we? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're recording. We're 14 almost 14 minutes in.
All right.
I can't
Scared
remember.
the crap out of me.
Whisperer in the Dark.
Yeah.
I read Whisperer in the Dark by H.P. Lovecraft, and I was bored from beginning to end.
I read it too.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I read that story half alive.
Let me tell you though, it's not because it's Whisperer in the Dark. Whisperer in the Dark is it's typical Lovecraft. You just don't like H.P. Lovecraft.
I think that's exactly what it is. I've read 2 books by H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, The Rat in the Walls, which was fine.
Yeah, it was
okay.
And I've read the Whisperer in the Dark, and it just doesn't do it for me. I don't really know why, honestly.
Yeah, what it is with me, I don't know either. I'm not enjoying H.P. Lovecraft anymore like I did.
I wonder if it isn't a subconscious thing. Like I know he was kind of a garbage person.
I don't know. I don't know.
But I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I just know I'm not enjoying Lovecraft like I used to, and I don't know that I'm going to read Lovecraft anymore. I've read Algernon Blackwood, who is a much better writer than H.P. Lovecraft. I've read M.R. James, who is a much better writer than H.P. Lovecraft. I don't have any reason to go back to him.
Yeah.
The Cthulhu stuff does nothing for me. I don't like it. I'd rather read Robert Howard. There's so many authors from the time period that I would rather read, or even before.
I think I prefer the movies. They're based on Lovecraft work.
Yeah, most of them are really bad, but yeah.
So, like Miskatonic University has some explaining to do.
Yeah.
But along the same lines, Shirley Jackson. I am not a fan of Shirley Jackson.
And I am.
I've read 4 things by her.
Yep.
And I liked 2 of them. And of those 2, I liked them okay. I didn't dislike them. We'll go with that. I'm
a bigger fan of Shirley Jackson's writing style than Becky is.
She doesn't resonate with me at all.
Yeah. And I enjoy it. I think it's down home. It feels right. For what she's telling, it's relatable to me.
Yeah.
So, but Becky doesn't relate to it. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody, but I like Shirley Jackson. Okay, just fine.
Everybody loves her, and I read the Lottery in high school and in college. I enjoyed the Lottery, and so a couple of years ago I read House on Haunted Hill. Mm-hmm. No, The Haunting of Hill House.
The Haunting of Hill House.
Why do I keep doing? Oh, I know why I keep doing that. It's very close. A couple of years ago, I read The Haunting of Hill House, and I hated it. Did not like it at all. I didn't like that book from beginning to end. Nothing really caught my attention. And so I figured maybe that was just a fluke. And then I read one this month, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was called.
The Bus or something like that?
Well, The Bus, I was okay with that one. I didn't dislike it at all. No, it was one about a woman whose husband comes home from a business trip, and she's absolutely certain that he's not her husband. It's absolutely certain that he's not her husband. And it goes through all sorts of weird stuff. And I just... I wasn't a fan. I don't know why. Because Shirley Jackson has an amazing set of skills with... What is it when you can't trust a narrator? I can't...
Unreliable narrator.
With an unreliable narrator. She's very, very skilled at that, but it just doesn't resonate with me, and I was really hoping it would.
Yeah.
Because people love Shirley Jackson. A lot of people do. It's not for me.
I didn't really have a lot of disappointments this month, except for H.P. Lovecraft, to find out that I just don't enjoy H.P. Lovecraft much anymore.
Yeah, and so many people love him, and there's so much stuff made from his work. You just want to like him.
Yeah.
But it's...
But again, it's not for everybody, and it's not that he was a racist pig. I mean, I can actually separate the art from the artist, right. Which we just talked about on our other channel that we just released our first video for. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just can't enjoy it anymore. I'm done with H.P. Lovecraft, I think.
Yeah, I think my days of approaching H.P. Lovecraft have come to a middle.
Yeah. Yeah, just don't care. He's just not. He just doesn't seem to write stuff that we enjoy anymore, and that's okay. He's not for everybody, for sure.
Yeah, bring up your YouTube app and hand me your phone. So, yeah, we had some successes. We had some failures this month. It was a great event. We had some amazing hosts.
And we have some more coming.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking up the hosts.
Okay, don't
what? Don't what?
Nothing. Yeah. Don't let them play is what I was gonna say. You can hit that arrow down there, baby.
You keep talking. I'm doing stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what she's doing, but yeah, we're we had a great time and we want to thank all of the hosts. Every one of the hosts.
There's our hosts.
Okay.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah. Okay. So the hosts are Mindy's Book Journey, who is one of our favorite people on BookTube. I mean, she's so supportive. She's got a great channel.
And thank you for coming to every one of the interviews we did.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. We really do.
Yeah, we really appreciate it a bunch.
And thank you, Nikki Decaster, for coming to every interview we did.
Yep, she wasn't able to come to the last one, but she watched the video right after. So, yeah, Nikki, we appreciate it.
But yeah, Mindy's channel is amazing. She's such a sweetheart. I love her.
She was one of our first subscribes. One of the first channels we ever subscribed to after we created our channel. But I had actually already subscribed to Mindy with my personal YouTube channel years ago. So, yeah, she's great. I think she's been on like 5 years or 6 years, something like that. The next one is BNB Books. This is Ian. We love Ian. Really cool guy. Great channel. I like his weekly wrap-ups and weekly reads videos. He does a great job. Read quite a bit of horror this month with us, and we like him quite a bit. We like him a lot, actually. We talked to him on Voxer and stuff. We appreciate it, Ian. Thank you for being a host. We enjoyed it a lot. Number 3 that I'll mention is Shawn D Standfast, who, again, came to nearly every live interview we had, and leaves a lot of comments, asks a lot of questions on the live interviews. We just love it. I mean, it helps us out a bunch when the audience is willing to ask questions, participate. And by the way, we have a subscriber named her name is Kelly, and she was at our interviews as well, and we appreciate that a bunch too. I mean, whether you are a BookTube creator or not, if you come to stuff like that, we appreciate you a lot. And even if you don't come to that, if you watch it later, or if you participate and let us know what you're reading, we love all of that. So we appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, we notice when people keep coming back to our videos. Makes us really happy. It really does.
Yeah, we do notice it, and we appreciate it a lot.
And the next co-host was Steve Donoghue.
Yep, we love Steve. Oh my God, who doesn't?
We all know Steve.
Yeah,
and his the best dog of YouTube, second best dog of YouTube.
Yeah, second best YouTube dog. Yeah, but that's okay because I mean they're so close.
Yes.
They're both cute. We love them both, but we know this guy. We don't know Frida personally, so. But yeah, Steve. I mean,
she's a diva. We all know she is.
Yeah. What more can we say about Steve? He's supportive. He's been great to us over the last two and a half years.
He's snarky.
Yep, and we love it because so are we. Hooked on Books with Chris, who is a newer booktuber. I don't think he's been out a year yet.
Man, you showed up.
Yeah.
You really did. He was great
videos.
This month. Yeah.
Great videos. Great reads. Everything Chris does, we really enjoy. He has a great channel. He likes a lot of the same books we like with thrillers. Same books I like especially. I like a lot of thrillers. I like horror. I like fantasy. Him and I, we met on the Books of Horror YouTube page, or Books of Horror Facebook page, which is something else we'll talk about here at the end. Thanks, Chris. We appreciate it. Jim Reads Too Slow was also there a lot.
Yeah, another one who showed up, who
made
really
videos.
Put out some great content.
Yep, put out great content. Read a lot of stuff, even though he's not really a horror fan, kind of like Steve Donoghue, not a horror fan, but Steve read horror anyway. Steve talked about horror, and he had a rough time with weeks 2 and 3, just like we did. Gothic Week was not that great for us, and Cosmic Week was terrible for us. So
I had such a rough time with Cosmic Week.
Yeah, but we loved creatures and we loved folk horror. Love those two subgenres. I mean, what can you say about Michael K. Vaughan? I mean,
he had such a fun time.
Yeah,
it looked like
we had a great time. Michael always looks like he's having fun on BookTube. I mean, he's one of the best booktubers out there right now. Michael's got an amazing channel, and he's prolific. Puts out a lot of stuff. He's probably put out 3 times as many videos as we have in half the time. Michael started his channel after we started ours, and he's already up to like 6,000 subscribers, and you can tell why. I mean, he's got a wonderful channel, just amazing. So yeah, we appreciate you, Michael. Thanks for all the participation and everything you do. He's got June on the Range starting tomorrow. Cannot wait to get started. I've already gotten started. I started on Lonesome Dove today, which, Jesus, it is not hard to see why that book won a Pulitzer Prize. Plagued by Visions. Juan at Plagued by Visions was somebody I had wanted to get to know. Again, a large horror tube channel. Reads a whole lot of horror, puts out some of the best content on any YouTube channel.
And he put out some great Horror MAYhem videos.
Yeah, he did.
Some really great videos.
He did. And I mean, he goes in depth. He goes in depth with the psychology, the science, you can tell he doesn't half-ass anything. Juan puts out wonderful content, and I was really shocked when he said he would co-host with us, because we're just his little penny ante booktube channel that just loves to be in touch with people. So we appreciate it. Criminolly. I mean, again, one of the fast growing booktube channels. Who Criminolly is very forward that he reads a lot of trash books, and I do too. And I love trash books. That's about 90% of what Becky reads is trash.
I hate that term. I hate it.
I love it.
And he knows I hate it. That's why he keeps saying it.
But I love it. And he's doing Garb August.
If it's worth reading, it's not trash.
But I disagree. It's trash, but it's not garbage, necessarily. Two different things. Trash just means it's I don't know. It just
means it's not high art.
They're not synonymous.
That's pretentious.
No, it doesn't mean they're not high art. It just means they're the executioner books. Okay, those are trash. I love them, but they're trash.
Are they worth reading?
The gore books. I love the first 4 or 5, but they're trash.
Are they worth reading?
For me, they're worth reading.
They're not trash.
Yes, they are. They're trash.
They're not.
Okay. And then one of our BookTube friends, Paul Reads Books. He has changed the name of his channel. I haven't changed it on here yet, but there is a link below. So if you want to go see his channel, please do. Paul's a really nice guy. Paul reads a lot of horror, and Paul read some cool horror this month too. He read I don't remember which short stories he read. I know he was planning on reading, I think it was an Edgar Allan Poe short story collection.
Was it House of Usher? No, that was you.
No, yeah. I read To Fall the House of Usher and loved it, but that was the only Gothic thing that I really loved. Carmilla was good too, though.
Yeah, was it him who had the Gothic short stories? The Gothic horror books?
No. That's who I'll talk about when we get closer.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Paul is a really good booktuber, so go check him out too. Books of Blood is who you're thinking of. And
yes.
John from Books of Blood. And he has these things. And I found 2 of them just right after I saw him talk about them. We got this one and we got the Gothic version, and I love the covers of these. It's just really cool. It's got great stuff in it. It's got William Hope Hodgson.
They're beautiful books. And
it's got Guy Do Messy Pants.
Nice. I like Guy Do Messy Pants.
It's got Carmilla, Lovecraft. It's just full of really cool horror, and it is the best Lovecraft story, I think, which is The Color Out of Space. That is my favorite Lovecraft story. But yeah, man, Books of Blood is I think one of the quintessential horror tube channels. You got to watch it. I mean, the guy's great. He talks about horror movies. He talks about horror books, which is what we're about to do. So
he put out some fantastic content.
Sorry, John, but we're copying you with our channel.
Well, I wasn't aware of this, but okay, I'm here for it.
The next one is just another great booktuber who is one of the nicest people on BookTube, and it's Angie.
She's so
it's
sweet.
Literary Labors.
And I'm sorry. I was not a fan of Whisperer in Darkness.
Did Angie like it?
I'm sorry. I don't know. I think I missed that video.
Ask her on Voxer. Yeah.
Crud.
Yeah, but Literary Labors, another great BookTube channel. She reads everything, kind of like me. I read everything from Harlequin romance to extreme horror, and everything in between. I don't read philosophy, and I don't read self-help. Outside of that, I read or religion. Outside of that, I read just about everything. We got another bibliophile reads who hasn't been on BookTube that long, but again, great channel with somebody who goes in depth with books. This is definitely one of my favorite channels. Check out another bibliophile reads, another excellent channel, put out excellent content for Horror MAYhem, and reads everything.
Yep.
So another really great channel. Check him out. Regina's Haunted Library was one I was shocked actually said that she would do Horror MAYhem.
She's got a big following.
Yeah, she seemed to have a good time with this month. Yeah, she's got a big following. She's a great author. She goes by R. St. Clair. So if you're looking for a really good horror novel, check out R. St. Clair. Got some dark fantasy, that kind of stuff.
She's got some fun videos.
Yeah, she does.
She really does.
She does. I love her. Can't remember what they're called, but she tells.
It's the horoscope videos.
Yeah, horoscope. That's it.
Horoscope
Yeah,
videos.
those are so cool.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is an autistic reader. This is Christine, and man, what a good channel. I saw her first video when it first came out, and I've been watching her ever since. I don't always leave comments. I don't leave comments on a lot of BookTubers channels, but I watch BookTube for an hour or more a day, maybe 2 hours a day sometimes. And she's great. She does our 24-hour readathons a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She read some good things this month for horror. And yeah, Christine is great. And
I like her a lot.
Yeah, we got one more, and this is not a BookTuber, but she was an Instagram host, and this is Mims is Reading, and she is listed down below if you want to go follow her Instagram channel. And man, she put up some good stuff this month for Horror MAYhem, and she's got a beautiful channel over there, a beautiful not a channel, but a beautiful page. Yeah, she got a lot of cool pictures of books and things like that, and she read some cool stuff this month, stuff I wouldn't have thought to read. But I really like her. I like talking to her on Instagram. Very nice person. She's got a new child, and she's really cool. So yeah, Mims is Reading. Go check her out. And last but not least, I want to thank the Books of Horror Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was great.
The Books of Horror Facebook page has thousands of followers.
20 plus thousand.
Yeah, 20 plus thousand followers, and they're all active. It's full of just readers, and it's full of authors, and that's where most of the authors we interviewed came from, right?
Yeah.
The Books of Horror page.
All but one.
They'll talk to you. They'll answer your questions. There are recommendations. There's people putting up their reviews of of Books of Horror. It's a wonderful community.
Yeah, and if you want to look into independent horror, that's the place to go. That's the place to find it. Get on the Books of Horror Facebook page. And I want to thank them for letting us advertise over there, and for letting me put posts out about our interviews and things like that. You know, they've helped this event be successful, and I want to say thank you to the Books of Horror moderators for letting us do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wasn't expecting them to let us do it, but I'm glad they did.
Me too.
Yep. But I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you, and we will officially close Horror MAYhem and look forward to Autumn More, which is our next event coming in September. But right now, I'm reading some westerns for June on the Range.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm excited about that. Michael K. Vaughan does awesome work over there. But
so
we will talk to you soon.
Let us know what you read. Let us know what you thought in the comments. So we'll see you again just very soon.
Yep.
Your books are calling. Go read.